Hi everyone, welcome back. In this video, I will show you how to implement an adaptive UI layout in Blazor Data Grid. Additionally, I will explain about adaptive modes, row rendering modes, and media query component. First, I will open an existing Blazor WebAssembly app, where I have already added the Syncfusion Blazor DataGrid component and bound it to a data source with order data. If you want to see how to create a Blazor WebAssembly app and add a data grid to it, check out the video linked in the above YouTube card. You can also find this example by following link in the provided description below. Look here, you can see the data grid component with defined columns. Now, I will demonstrate how to activate adaptive UI options in the data grid. For that, simply set the Enable Adaptive UI property to True. As you can see, when I click the filter icon, the dialog opens in full screen. Likewise, the editing dialog and adding new record dialog also opens in full screen. In this layout, the toolbar is simplified and only contains an add icon and a search box. But once you click on a record, the edit and delete icons become available. Next, let me show you how to enable the adaptive UI layout specifically for either desktop or mobile screens. You can achieve this by utilizing the Adaptive UI Mode property, which is set to both by default. To enable the adaptive UI layout for mobile screen only, simply set the Adaptive Mode property to Mobile. On the other hand, if you wish to enable it for desktop screens only, set the property to Desktop. In our case, I want to enable the adaptive UI layout for mobile screen only, so I will set the Adaptive UI Mode property to Mobile. As you can see, when I initially view the layout on the desktop screen, the adaptive UI layout will not be displayed. However, when I switch to mobile mode, you'll notice that the adaptive UI is rendered perfectly on mobile screen. Most users expect to view data records in a clear and concise format, without having to scroll horizontally. This can be a challenge on smaller screens. However, this problem is solved in our Blazor Data Grid with the row rendering mode property. This feature offers two options, horizontal and vertical. By default, the Blazor Data Grid rows are rendered horizontally. In this mode, you will see how the layout looks in the horizontal view. To enable, I set the row rendering mode to vertical. Rows will be displayed vertically with headers positioned in the same row, instead of the top. See here, the data grid is changed to vertical mode. This feature is especially helpful for viewing the data grid on smaller screens, such as smartphones and tablets. In this mode, the toolbar items will be like the horizontal mode, but with added filter and search icons. Additionally, when I select the row, the icons for CRUD operations like edit, delete, and cancel will be dynamically added or removed in the toolbar. This makes it easy to manage data records in a compact and user-friendly format. Next, I will show you how to enable vertical row rendering for small screens by using the media query component. First, I declare two variables. The first variable is a private string called active breakpoint. This variable is used to customize the appearance of applications based on screen size by utilizing the built-in breakpoints. It allows for responsive design and adaptive layouts. The second variable is of type row direction and is named row direction. This variable is responsible for controlling the row rendering mode, enabling the ability to switch between different ways of displaying rows. Next, I define the SF media query component in the index razor page and bind the active breakpoint value to the active breakpoint variable. Then, use an if statement to determine whether the active breakpoint is set to small. If it is, set the value of the row direction to vertical. If not, set the value of the row direction to horizontal. Finally, I will bind the row direction variable with the row rendering mode property. Look now, see the desktop mode displays horizontal rows. And when I switch to mobile mode, rows are displayed vertically. For more information on the media query component, be sure to check out the documentation link in the description section below. In this video, I have shown you how to enable the adaptive UI layout, adaptive UI mode, row rendering mode, and media query component. If you would like to see the working code of this example, you can download it from the GitHub link in the description below. I've also provided a link where you can see if you qualify for a free community license to use all our Blazor products. If you found this video useful, don't forget to click the like button and subscribe to our channel to watch more videos like this. Thanks for watching.